How's it going, everybody? I am Money and I'm back. I'm fully rested and ready to get this shit going. Now today we're going to start this off with one of the craziest shits I've ever seen. This story actually takes place within my little crew of friends. There's myself, Money, Price, and A1. Now my friend Money, he's fucking weird and he's dating this girl, and he's always been this kind of guy to where he's always in kind of a constant competition with me, and that is primarily because once upon a time he dared me, or at least challenged me, to sleep with this girl he liked, and I did. And fast forward 3 or 4 more challenges, he kind of built up this thing against me to where he doesn't like me around any girl that he likes, because eventually I will get to her and I will sleep with her. So he had this girlfriend that he loved. So on this particular night, we're all headed out to Seattle. We're all going to go to the club and we're all going to hang out and have a nice fun time. And she's 22, I think 23 at the most. So she gets intoxicated. Her and Money weren't exactly having a great day on that particular night. So once the alcohol starts flowing, everyone kind of gets in their own little zone, and her zone is, I'm mad at my boyfriend for not showing me enough attention. And instead of just addressing it, he kind of stands back and watches it develop. So her thing is, I'm gonna go dance with a whole bunch of guys, just like young girls do, to get my boyfriend's attention and to make him upset. Well, instead of Money just being upset and saying something about it, he lets it build up. And he just lets it build up until eventually the club closes and his girlfriend is not getting the reaction she wants out of him yet. So what does she do? There's a valet guy out there and she starts flirting with him heavily. I mean, arms around his neck, touching his chest, talking about how strong he looks, and she's giving him the Google eyes, and it's all in front of Money, who's just kind of sitting there in front of his car just staring in, I guess, astonishment, but he doesn't say anything. So she keeps going with it, and eventually I see what's going on, so I'm like, hey, I'll ride with you, get your chick in the car, and then we'll go home. On the way home, she's throwing a fucking temper tantrum like a 7-year-old. She's kicking the back of the seat, making all kind of noise. She's yelling and screaming. Then she goes from being crazy drunk to fucking suicidal drunk. And then she's like, just let me out of the car. I'll hop off on the side of the freeway. And this bitch opens the door while we're going like 60 miles per hour. Grab her, close the door. Money gets fed up, pulls off the freeway into a residential street. He's like, you know what? If you want to fucking just get out and kill yourself, then fucking walk home. She plays ball and gets out the fucking car and starts walking. So I'm like, yo, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. You just let this chick out on the side of the street. What do you think's gonna happen to her? So eventually he'll pick her up, get her in the car, and goes right back to doing what the fuck she was doing. So fast forward all the way back to Tacoma where we live, and she's going extra hard. But now she's kind of calmed down off the suicidal and crazy thing, and now she's just talking about Money like he's not even there. She's like, he's a dog, he's a fucking piece of shit, he doesn't show me any goddamn attention, and I can have all the men and any of the men that I want, yet I got this motherfucker not showing me attention. And I'm like, he's like 3 inches to your right. You guys could have this conversation and you can hash it out. Well, as soon as we get back to Money's place, he fucking goes off. He's like, get your ass in the bedroom, we're gonna have this discussion. At this moment, I'm with A1 and we're continuing to drink and we're having our own little thing while they're in the bedroom yelling and screaming at each other. So eventually Money gets a call and he's like, one of my friends messaged me to go pick her up. So I'm having a conversation with A1 and I'm like, wouldn't it be crazy if I slept with his chick? And then I was like, you know what, is she even here? And he was like, no, she left to go home. And I was like, no one left the front door but Money. And I looked in the bedroom, I don't see anything. So I closed the door and I'm like, A1, she's not in there. He's like, no, she went home, she left. I was like, no, A1, no one walked out that fucking front door except Money, I promise you. So he's like, where the fuck you think she is? Hiding under the bed or some shit? And I was like, maybe. He's like, really? This nigga killed her and hid her under the bed? I was like, Money's fucking nuts and weird. So you never know what he could have done within a 15-20 minute time span. So again, I open the door just to see if she's okay, and I don't see her. So I'm looking around in the dark and I look under the bed, I look under the covers, and I'm like, whoa, like she's not here. So I go back out in the living room. I'm like, A1, she's not in there. Like, I don't know where the fuck she is. And he was like, dude, she fucking left. Like I saw her walk out of the door. I was like, dude, you've been a drunk since you were fucking 12. I don't believe anything that comes out of your mouth. So again, I go back in the bedroom, A1, and I'm yelling through the door. I'm like, dude, she's not in here. And then I think I hear something, but I can't determine where it's from. So I'm looking around the bed, I'm looking by the dresser, not like you can hide a person in the fucking dresser, but I'm just looking everywhere. And then finally, I get to the closet and I open the closet and immediately there's clothes. So I'm like, damn, like where the fuck could this person be? And I shit you fucking not, there is a mini dresser that probably goes up to about your knees, if not a little higher. There is a person grabbing their knees, rocking back and forth, whispering to themselves, having a conversation with somewhat of a green glow coming off their fucking skin. And all I saw was that green glow and some fucking eyes that were looking back at me. And I explained it like I was there for a hot second. I saw that green glow and those fucking eyes rocking back and forth, and I ran out of the fucking bedroom like no fucking other. And I'm like, A1, that bitch is in the fucking closet, straddling her knees, rocking back and forth, having a conversation with herself. He's like, no the fuck she's not. I was like, if you don't get your stupid drunk ass up and go look in that fucking closet and just verify like what the fuck I just saw, because I don't believe I saw what I saw. Maybe I'm drunk as you are. So he gets up, he walks in the bedroom, peeks in the fucking closet, and comes running out of the bedroom like, nigga, there's a bitch in the closet. Like, nigga, we just had this conversation 3 minutes ago. So we're having a conversation like, what do we do? Like, we don't just leave her in the fucking closet. So I go back in the bedroom and I'm like, hey, are you okay? She's like, yeah, Money told me to sit in the closet. She doesn't want me talking to you guys. I gotta sit in the closet. And I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of the closet. And she's like, I gotta pee, but I can't leave the closet. Money said don't leave the closet. So eventually I coax her out of the closet. And I'm like, yo, like, how long were you gonna sit in that fucking closet? And she starts talking about some random shit that has nothing to do with the closet, has nothing to do with money. So we're just having a conversation. And then about 15 fucking minutes later, Money walks in the door. Now, I am not intimidated by Money whatsoever. But at this point in time, I'm like, fuck. This bitch is supposed to be in the closet. And coming from his eyes, the person who's slept with some of the people he's been interested in, he's automatically going to assume I was trying to sleep with his girlfriend, when that really wasn't the case. So I don't say anything. He just walks in this room with us having a conversation, and he's just standing there looking really, really pissed. And he doesn't acknowledge the fact that she was supposed to be in the closet. He's just like, what is she doing in here? And I was like, she just wanted to have a conversation. So we're just having a conversation. So I guess he kind of buys it, because he takes her and they go into the living room. And I'm like, I'm gonna hang around for a little bit so I don't look suspicious, like I'm trying to do something and then sneak out. So I hang out for a little bit and I'm like, yo, like, I don't believe what I just saw. And then Price shows up. And then I explained to him what's going on, and he's like, that shit didn't happen. And I'm like, dude, that shit happened, and my mind is blown, and I can't really process it, because I would never expect to find a girl hanging out in the fucking closet. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna grab my stuff, and I'm gonna go home. Long story short, he wanted to end up fighting me later on that night because I found his chick hiding in a closet. Keep in mind, nigga, you're hiding bitches in closets, nigga, you're fucking weird. But that was the craziest shit that I'd ever witnessed with my own eyes. I hope you guys enjoyed this little story. I have some more in the future coming for you guys. Catch you guys next time. I am Money out.